Hey guys, so I'm here with my first Wedding Wednesday video. I'm super excited because for those of you that don't know me, I'm actually a wedding and special events coordinator. Um, and I usually plan a lot of events and weddings and things like that for other people. But this time I get to share all of my tips and tricks with you guys as I'm actually in the process of planning my own wedding. So if you have any questions or topics that you want me to talk about specifically, feel free to leave that in the comments. If you're planning a wedding for somebody else, or if you're engaged and you're getting married, congratulations. And if you need any help, if you have any questions, just feel free to let me know. I believe my email is down in the description box. So if you have a very specific question and you don't necessarily want to leave a comment about it, or if it's specific to you and your situation, then feel free to just email me. I'm always looking to just help wherever I can. So, yeah. So, as I mentioned before, I am a wedding and special events coordinator. That doesn't mean that anything that I say or do is the right way to do it. There are a million and one ways to do everything. You can DIY a lot of things for your wedding. You can hire somebody to do everything for your wedding. A lot of people will maybe hire somebody like me, like a wedding coordinator or a wedding planner, and they'll basically just say yes and okay to everything, and they won't really be involved in the planning. If that's you, there's no problem with that because a lot of people don't like planning. If you're like me, you love it. Um, for my wedding, it is quite a while away. I'm not going to disclose the date yet. Um, but I am planning to do a lot of DIY projects, a lot of things that aren't technically DIY projects. I'm kind of taking them and I'm making them my own so that it's not going to be a situation of like, oh wow, that was nice, but I saw it at 18 other weddings. I like when I do things for them to be original. I like to think outside the box and do things that other people may not have necessarily thought of. So even my dress, my makeup, everything that I'm doing for my wedding, I'm really putting a lot of thought and effort into it so that it can really just be everything that I want it to be. Um, a lot of people will only be engaged for between 9 months and a year. I've already been engaged for since last April. So I'm about at 9 months and I have a long way to go. So I'm really just trying to take advantage of all the extra time that I have to really plan things out in a way that will, one, save us the most money, two, give me the most opportunity to really just do everything that I've wanted to do, and three, to just have the most fun. I feel like when you have 4 months to plan a wedding or 6 months to plan a wedding, yeah, of course it's like a roller coaster and it's very exciting, but at the same time, because you don't really have a lot of time to just enjoy that engagement phase, you can take a lot of the fun out of it. So I definitely didn't plan to have this long to plan my wedding, but now that I do have this long, I'm definitely trying to take advantage. So, just to get started, a few tips right off the bat. If you are planning a wedding for either yourself or for somebody else, one of the first things that you're going to want to do is either hire an event coordinator or start a Pinterest board. You can do both, and a lot of people do so that they can have inspiration and ideas to give to their event coordinator. But the reason that I mention this is because a lot of people that I work with, they might have, because everybody knows the basics about weddings. You have a ceremony and a reception. You usually have some kind of color theme, or color scheme, I should say. You have some kind of music. You walk down the aisle, you get married, you get a marriage license. All of those things people usually know, but people don't really take time to think about like the nitty gritty details. Like, if I'm having my wedding outside, do I have a plan B if it's gonna rain? If I'm having my wedding indoors? Is it going to be in the summer or the winter? Is it going to be properly heated? Is it going to be properly air conditioned? So these are all things that sometimes people will hire a coordinator to basically take care of, so they don't have to worry about it. But other people, even not really being ever having done a wedding or anything like that, won't really want to put out the extra money, so they try to do it themselves, but then they don't really have the right tools. So if you're not planning to hire a coordinator or a planner, I would definitely recommend going on Pinterest and looking up as much stuff as you can, even just going on Google, signing up for wedding websites like I personally have signed up for Wedding Wire as well as The Knot, and they send you emails every few days about like things to think about for your wedding, or things to do, things not to do, things like that. So especially if you're in the process of planning and you have not ever planned before, these can all be very, very helpful things for you. Yeah, so personally, as soon as I got engaged, sorry, I'm trying to pick up my binder. As soon as I got engaged, I created a wedding binder. This is ours. It's pink and with these gold polka dots. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. Some people actually get planners from, like, you know, the store that are pre-made. I know that, as I said in the beginning, I want a lot of my stuff to really be original. I want it to be my own. So I wanted to have a wedding binder that would reflect my wedding. So rather than get one that was already pre-made and try to like go to the ends of the earth to customize it or to take things out or to put things in, I figured why not just skip that all together. I just got a plain binder from Walmart. I just chose this one when we went. I thought it was very cute. And it was probably like $4 or $5. And then while we were there, we also picked up these, I don't know if you could see them on top, the dividers with the tabs on it. And yeah, and we basically just inserted them. We sat down together and we thought about what we wanted out of our wedding and what was important to us, what wasn't important to us. And we started making tabs based on that. Another thing that I can say, and I really thank God for, is that my fiance is very supportive. He knows that I'm crazy because I obviously have done this for many other people, but he still, he just goes along, even to do very simple tasks like pick out the binder and, you know, try to decide what tabs we should have, what we should start budgeting for, what we should decide for, and all of those things. He was very supportive, and he always, you know, comes with me, even if I'm being annoying. And it's definitely helpful when, even for simple tasks, your partner just kind of comes with you, because it just makes the experience more enjoyable when you feel like you're really doing it with somebody else. Okay, so for those of you that are interested, I'm just going to go through, as I said, my wedding binder. As I said, I have quite a ways to go before the wedding, but as you can see, it already has quite a lot of things in it. Another reason for that is because I also am, as I mentioned, doing a lot of DIY projects. So in here, I've already put a lot of, like, I like to do things slowly and take my time so that I don't have to rush at the last minute, especially because I'm getting married and, God willing, we'll be moving and doing all of those things. I don't want to leave things for the few months before the wedding and be overwhelmed trying to get everything done. So a lot of the things in here will be kind of